You're listening to Knives Monroe versus the podcast, and we're here to be speaking about drugs and sex.
There is no success without self-esteem. There's only feeling good about yourself. There's only the feeling of accomplishment, achievement, fulfillment. Some people deduce it and say happiness. I don't know about all that. The older I get, the more trouble I find myself in, the more shame cycles I find myself coming out of, the more spirals I free fall down into a sticky quicksand, a black abyss. The more history and experience I accumulate, the more yesterdays I have behind me, and so on. The more I realize that money is not the thing that makes me happy. It's not a thing where I check off those boxes and I feel fulfilled and good and happy. More and more it becomes about a job well done and creating something that connects with people, and there's a message in there and I feel good about it, and it's a sword I can die on. You can't cash a check with that. It's selfish. But you have to do those things for yourself. Otherwise, what's the point? You have to get your hands dirty and explore, walk around Mother Nature and breathe in the world. Otherwise, what's the point? And you have to be there for your family and make them feel loved and cherished for the precious people that they are. Otherwise, what's the point? And yes, there's money and it's energy, and you cultivate that and you sprinkle it all over people and take them above and beyond and have vacations and celebrate each other with each other. Otherwise, what's the point? Oh, I find myself more and more despising filmmaking. And it's not the cameras and the work and the editing and the job in and of itself. It's not the dream that it used to be. It's dissipated, it's evaporated, it's gone. The infrastructure collapsed, and because of the internet and direct-to-consumer platforms, it's more accessible, but it's just not the industry I thought it would be, and it didn't make me feel happy like I thought it would, and it upsets me. But that's just tonight. That's just January 20th, 2020. And I don't think it's forever. It's just the way I feel today, and I have to allow myself to feel that way, and in 5 minutes, hopefully I just let it go and I can move on. But Conor McGregor said something after his victory this past fight, and he said, there's being born with special genetics and, timing and so many different factors that play into a victory and play into a fight. But he's like, above all, there's no secret sauce. There's just showing up and doing what you know you should do. And he said, if you don't do what you know you should, that's a mini defeat. And I think depression and guilt and shame and all these negative feelings that corrupt goals stem from that. And if there's anything I despise more than anything, it's starting from day one, starting from scratch, saying, I'm going to do this and blah, blah, blah. And Connor is right. There's no special sauce. There's no veneer. There's no suit. There are no shoes. There's no automobile. There's nothing. There's nothing that puts you at third base. There's only all the deposits that you've made, all the work that you do every single day, the goal and the vision and the dream that you have, and the effort and miles that you put in between to get there. And I think it's time for me to build a new dream. I think it's time for me to design an entire new silhouette. And it's not centered around filmmaking like I thought it was. I mean, I could produce a Netflix show and direct the Animorphs movie and all these pipe dreams that I've had in my entire life, and it might bring me closer to fulfillment or happiness or something, but the paycheck won't last, and I don't know. I don't know if it'll make my family love me more. I mean, no, it won't. I don't know. I don't know. But I have to build something because I was born to create. And you only get the one life. And if I don't, I'm not going to be able to live that regret down. I'm ready. I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for something wild and scary and unclear. I don't know what 2030 is going to look like. I barely understand the floor underneath my feet. I'm trying to be grounded, and I'm trying to make sense of it all. And I'm trying to enjoy the ride and get the most out of it and elevate others and myself and be grateful and give it all back, because I'm renting this avatar for the moment and I want to get the most out of it. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Never ever believe anything you hear. And believe only half of what you see. And always, 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 forever and ever and ever, put a force field around your heart.